Anesipho, how do you relate with the other kids at school, like in the community? How do you see yourself in them, like the communication with them? Can you give us a small brief on how you feel when you're amongst them, how they treat you? How is it like?
All right. I'll start with school. At school, it's my comfort zone. It's my comfort place. Like I'm more comfortable at school because there's a lot of other children with albinism as well.
Okay.
So it's like my comfort zone. I never feel left out. And yeah, because I grew up at school like a lot, so I'm just more comfortable at school. And then at home, I was a lot outgoing when I was like very young because I used to like playing around and stuff. So then when as old as I got, because I was used to school, then I wasn't used to being outside. And so whenever I would be outside, I'd have some people look at me and whatnot, but it never was anything that made me feel uncomfortable. I don't know why, but it never was anything that made me feel uncomfortable or discriminated at. It was a lot normal to me, and whoever would want to come and feel my skin or touch my hair or look at my eyes, it was always like normal to me. And plus I just like spotlight, so just made everything easier.
Isn't that awesome?
I just made everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at one of the most confident girls. She'll be actually doing modeling in a short space of time. Pictures to be uploaded. Keep the space watching. So I wanted to ask also, like, do you have any activities you love doing, like hobbies, things you're interested in? I know you're into modeling of late, but at school, what other hobbies do you also do? Do you get involved in so many things, like, you know?
Yes, I like getting busy a lot. When I was in grade 4, I started doing judo.
Okay.
And then, yeah, when I was in grade 4, I started doing judo. We had swimming lessons as well.
Okay.
So sports, I do athletics, judo, and gobo. And then I do music. I play the piano, and I play the marimba, and then I was also in a school choir. And then I do acting, dancing, and modeling additionally. And then, yeah, those are my hobbies.
Wow, she's got something for drama. She was winning
I had an award for
yeah.
drama.
You're so talented in so many ways.
And all these awards, yeah? It's
Wow.
for her, for the sports. She's
Wow.
just a sports girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you're so intelligent. This is absolutely amazing. This is so
And those
amazing.
other- She's like a sports. And I'm still keeping those videos that she was a drama queen when
And
she
she was
won a
performing
drama. She
and
was
all that.
performing.
Wow. You know what inspires me the most about her is no matter how much people will not understand and try and look at it from a different angle, she's unique in her own way. She can do a lot more things than we actually have in our community, which makes her unique, which makes her different, you know. And it's actually a pleasure for me to have them on board and have this one-on-one with them to find out more. So Liswa, is there anything you could say to some of these mommies that are coming up recently that have kids that are also going through, you know, they're a little bit worried, they're concerned. Is there any advice you'd like to share with them, like, you know, help them through it?
Oh, God, I think it was just a gift from God so that I can help the others.
Okay.
Because, you know, when I get here, I just noticed there is a lot of small babies, the parents with small babies. I remember I was meeting the other lady, it was at the clinic.
Yes.
And she was talking with me that, look, man, I just seeing your daughter. You know, I've got I don't know, she was a friend or sister that has got a small baby, and she doesn't accept her baby because I think they had a fight with a boyfriend.
Okay.
Something like that. Now, because of this baby, the boyfriend was saying, there is no kids like this in my family. This is not my kid. This is not my baby. And we don't have someone like this in my family. So now I want her to love the baby. Because now you'll notice that she doesn't want the baby anymore and all that. So I remember taking the contact numbers and everything. So I met her,
Okay.
and then I went with her. So like we were having a conversation, and I was telling her, look, when she is like 2 years old, take her to Lofop. There is Lofop.
Yes.
Lofop, because the school wasn't taking the babies at that time, the toddlers. So from 2 to 5 years, they were there in Lofop school.
Okay.
It's in Grassy Park. So I was telling her, you don't even paying a cent. The transport is just coming to take your baby, and
Everything is
they
covered
are
for.
even like supporting and all that. And I've talked with her. This is Anati. How old is Anati now?
Auntie is a year younger than me. He's 17 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, and he is doing what grade?
Grade 11.
Grade 11. So I think something to me was telling me, I think I must get close to everyone that I'm seeing that is having a baby, because they don't know where to go. They don't know maybe where to start and all that. So each and every time I'm seeing a mother is having the baby, then I'll come closer and just talk. Just talk with her. Do you know you can do this and that and that? That's right.
And I see your daughter's name is Anesipho. Well, what inspired you to give her that name? Like, was there something you were trying to tell people?
Yes, so when I was holding her, then the name just came. I couldn't wait for the father to give me the name. I was just saying, this is a gift from God.
Wow.
Because I was seeing her as a gift, because I never knew that I can have this kind of baby and love it.
Okay. And I also want to ask Anesipho, you're almost close to finish your school. What are your plans like in the near future? What do you intend to study? What do you want to do? What is your dream?
She said she's gonna leave me.
I might. I'm not used to staying at home because of the hostel.
Wow.
So I might. I remember when I started being in high school, I wanted to do law so much. I wanted to do law, but then that very same year, that's when I started participating in sports, because then I was 14, and that's for you to enter, you have to be 14. So I started doing sports, and it got me flexible to try out new things, which were musicals and everything else. And then I realized that I actually don't want to do theory for such a long time. I like being active. I wouldn't want to be in varsity for that much doing theory. So then I decided I want to go into the media.
Okay.
And I had this conversation with my mom, and then we started thinking about me starting my whole media career while I'm still in high school, so that I'm able to at least do like a 3 to 4 year course after high school of theory, so that I have a balance of both. So I want to do business management, and I want to focus on the media as well.
Okay.
Yes.
You can hear she's speaking it from, somebody who has studied it already, and she knows where she's heading. Okay. Looking at, as we were randomly speaking earlier on, you were talking about modeling and being out there meeting people. Do you have any problems with your vision? Do you have any problems you might be worried about that you would want to, tell other kids out there in the community, if they are to look into a specific hobby, they should avoid certain things, or some certain of areas not to focus on, but to go into a line where it keeps them going every day? Is there something you'd like to advise some of the youth out there, just like you, that don't really have that courage? I'm happy you've got so much courage and strength, It would be nice to hear from her point of view. Yes.
Alright, so with my vision, I do have poor vision.
Okay.
Because of the lack of melanin in me, so I do have poor vision.
Okay.
And with that, I feel like for the longest time, I thought it would hold me back in doing a lot of things, until I realized that we were catered. People with poor visions also get catered. We've got sports, for people who are partially sighted, for people who are totally blind. Like, we all fit in these different categories. So that's when I started realizing that, okay, well, I can't do that, but it doesn't mean I'm disabled. It just means I'm differently abled. So then I'll have to fit myself into a differently abled category. So then I started looking into things where people with poor vision would be able to do, and that's where all my sport categories come from. But sometimes I do get worried that maybe I won't be able to drive. I'm supposed to see eye specialists twice a year. They do come at school, but during the whole coronavirus thing, I only saw them once in a very long time. But I'm supposed to see specialists twice a year for my eyes. And then with modeling, I wanted to do modeling because I wanted to explore. I felt like my body was art. Whenever I look, because for the longest time I didn't see myself as different. I wouldn't notice my skin as different until I turned 13. I think my mom mentioned until I turned 13. That's where I saw that, okay, well, I have a different skin, and it interests me every time, to reading books, to engaging with other people's point of views about albinism, and it interested me every time. And so I started thinking, I want to do art with this body. I want to do art with the skin. And so that's how it created more confidence for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that stands in the way of your goal in life, of anything that you want to do, is yourself. As you can see, Anesipho, she's goal-driven. Nothing stops, nothing pulls her back. It's because she knows what she wants. She knows where she's heading. She has set aside goals that she wants to achieve. I would like to say thank you so much to Zoliswa. Thank you so much to Anesipho. You took your time on holiday to speak to us briefly on this. And I would want to say to our viewers out there, if you are out there and you're worried, you're busy asking yourself a lot of questions, here we are. We've got a mommy on board who's willing to assist you, who's willing to talk to you through it. We've got Anesipho, who's a youth, who's also doing, matric in the school. So feel free to text us, feel free to write an email to us, or, leave a message, and then we can communicate with you. Even there's a phone number that we have. Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and Instagram so that we can also communicate with you. One thing that I also want to say is we are all the same. We are all the same. Don't forget to hold hands, love each other, support each other, tell each other your inside, your outside is the same. Thank you so much for watching. See you again in our next show. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.